Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I am bringing you a big haul. So let's address a couple of things. One, if I look warm, it's a bit warm in the UK here. I'm sure you hear it from many UK people, but our houses aren't equipped for heat. Our houses are equipped to retain heat, and thus I am too warm. Two, if I look like I'm sad, I'm not. Hay fever is still honestly kicking my butt. This is a good day though. I'm just slightly crying rather than like full floods of tears. So that is an improvement. And three, like usual, I have split this haul into parts. So I've split it into books I have been sent from either lovely people like yourselves, books that I have won in competitions on Twitter, which I've got a few, and arcs that I've been sent, so that's really cool. Then I've got all my subscription box books. They will not be in any particular order. I probably won't be able to tell you what month they came in, but I will show you them, because obviously I'm hauling them. And then all the books that I have bought / pre-ordered myself, and there are quite a few of them. So, because I feel like this is going to be a really long video, let's get straight into it, because otherwise we're just going to be here for hours. Okay, so the first lot of books I think I meant to show you in my last haul, but I forgot about them, because I have run out of room. So my shelves look really nice and organised behind me, but on every shelf that you can't see, they're not. This one recently has had like books just slotted in front of it constantly, so that is fun. But these ones that I forgot are the Rune of Kings. Hang on, I need to get them all now, don't I? Oh, this is just... I'm being difficult. Hang on. Are these three. So they're the first three books in the Jen Lyons series, A Chorus of Dragons, Rune of Kings, The Name of Things, and The Memory of Souls. And if I am correct, this will start us off on books that I was sent. I'm sure these were sent to me. I'm sure they were, because I did not buy them. I don't have the note, but I'm pretty sure I didn't buy these. I'm pretty sure the lovely Rajan sent these to me. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I'm sure that these came in a box. So thank you again. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And maybe I did buy them, but I don't think I did. So these are the first three, and these are obviously going to kick off the whole books I have won / been gifted by lovely people. But before we do that, I'm going to do a little self-promo. So myself, the lovely Lisa from Lisa Does Life, and Kate, who has got an Instagram, all of their links are down below, have started a book club, and we are reading The Rune of Kings this month, the month of June. I am starting it this afternoon or tomorrow. Depends how my current read goes, but this afternoon or tomorrow I will be starting this. I'm reading it audibly and following along with the physical thing, so obviously I have got the physical thing, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then we are just going to finalise when the live show is going to be. I believe it's going to be on Lisa's channel, because I am yet to do a live on my channel, so she needs to teach me these magical things. And yeah. So, little self-promo, if you want to join us, the Twitter, like usual, will always be linked down below in my description box, so make sure you check it out. Come give us a follow, come join in, we'd really appreciate it. We're going to be reading all 5 books, which takes us up to November, the end of November, I think, and then we'll be asking yourselves, hopefully, to help us pick a new series, unless we have got one in mind. We'll see, or maybe we'll just put it to a vote anyways, because there are so many series I want to read, there are so many things that Lisa wants to read, there's probably so many things that Kate wants to read, so we'll do that. So there you go, there's the first 3 books in this haul. So these books are in no particular order, they are the ones that I have won, or been gifted, or been sent by publishers, that sort of thing. I think these are all the ones I've been sent as gifts from you guys, and if I've missed one, obviously we'll talk through it. Again, no order of which they arrived, it's just my haphazard piling. So the first one is this one. This is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. I was very kindly sent this by Library of a Viking. Thank you so much once again, because I was going through a bit of a rough patch. He saw and he was like, I'm really sorry, please have this, and hopefully it'll make your week a little bit better. I'm still yet to read it, obviously, which is not going to be the case for long, but I love it. I love the fact that I'm getting back into my love of sci-fis again, which I absolutely love. And to be fair, the next book as well is also a sci-fi, and that is Children of Time by Andrew Tacovsky. I never know how to say his name, so I'm really, really sorry. And this was a present from Rajan again. Thank you so much. I love this. So Andrew wrote Shards of Earth, which I won last year. Like, that was like one of the very first things I ever won off Twitter, was from him when the Shards of Earth book came out. I have got another book of his in this haul actually later on, which is also quite cool, which I bought myself. And I also was given, is it the Garden of Eden? I think that's the other thing I won in, it doesn't say. It wasn't around in this book. I think it's like the Gardens of Eden or something. But that wasn't around when this came out, apparently. So I won those, and since then I have been getting more into sci-fi. I haven't read either of them, shock horror, but I am starting to get back into sci-fi, especially because currently I am a judge for self-published sci-fi competition, which is almost at a end now. If you want to see all the finalists and like what I think of like the books that I haven't read in previous batches, I'll link that video up here. They are the finalists for, I think I said 2022, but I think it's a year behind, so it's 2021. It's the first time it's ever been done. It's been really fun to do. I'm not too sure if I'll take part in it next year, just because like there's so much going on in my life and with work and with all the stuff that I want to read myself. So there's that, but I'm so glad that like I've refound my love of sci-fi again, because I think this competition has really helped with that, and I cannot wait to get to this book. And then I have this series, which is the Reckoners series by Brandon Sanderson. So it's Steelheart, Firefight and Calamity. Again, I was gifted these by Rajan, so once again, thank you so much for your generosity. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I really appreciate it. I don't know if I want to start this series before I start... What's the other one? The Mistborn series, obviously, like the one that everyone knows, the one that everyone probably like reads and gets into. I'm a big fan of his Skyward series, actually. I'm really enjoying that. And I don't know, maybe I'll use this to like get into his fantasy. I think this is more YA-ish. I'm not too sure if that's right, but I feel like it might be. I'm not telling you what all these books are about at all either, by the way, because if I did, we would be here for absolutely hours. I've already been talking for probably close to 10 minutes, and we haven't even got that far, so we're not going to do that. Thank you once again, Rajan. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to get to these. That will also become a very common phrase, I feel like, in this video. Next up is a book I'm actually currently reading this month, and that is this. This is the Arc of Flames of Mira by Clay Harmon. It's out in July, which is why I'm reading it now. I am really enjoying this. The beginning is a little bit slow, but I feel like that is the best way to be with fantasy. I quite like a fantasy that kind of confuses me in the start, because it all becomes apparent, and as long as it's explained well, I will love it. So I won this off of Twitter. Got a lovely little note in it from Clay, which I did read out in my vlog when I got this. I don't know which vlog that is. You'll probably be able to tell. I'm sure there'll be a picture on the thumbnail if you want to go do some scavenging. More than welcome. But this is so cool. I know Benny read this and loved this, who is the mastermind behind SFF Oasis, which I always plug because I am also an interviewer on that, which I really enjoy. It's good fun. So if you want to check that out, the Twitter is always linked down below as well. And actually the next book ties into that, and that is the Arc that I was kindly sent by Angry Robot for the Warrior from Stephen Orion, and this is the sequel to The Coward. I have got the special editions of The Coward and The Warrior coming from the Broken Binding, not the like £100 just naked hardcover foiled books. I didn't really like them as much. With the gilded edges, I'm not really a gilded edges kind of gal, but the stenciled edges I loved on the special editions that I like just the hardbacks, and I love the Under the Dust Jacket art as well, so that's the one that I got. This I plan to read in July. Like I said, this is the sequel, so I don't really, there's nothing I can tell you about this book, because I actually know something about this book that I can tell you, because obviously it's going to ruin the rest of it for the other book. But I really enjoyed The Coward. I gave it 4 stars. It was like just off of 5. I think there was just like a couple of things that I was like, well, not 5, but still a very fantastic book. Really, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to this. I don't really know where they can go with it. Obviously, it's like a separate story. So the quest of which Kel, our main character, pursues in the first book is done. It's finished. It's ended at the end of the first book even. So this is like a new adventure. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. Then I was very kindly sent these 2 by Envelope Press, I think. They sound really cool. So this is Belle Nash and the Bath Souffle, narrated by William Keeling-esque. Which sounds really cool. Like, the more I dive into this, the more it kind of sounds like... I think it's meant to be more of like a real life thing. Like, I'm pretty sure Belle Nash is a real person. I could be wrong, but that's how the book makes it sound. And then we've got this, which is by Janina David, and it's The Hopeful Traveller and Other Stories, which is all short stories about women and travelling and all sorts of things. And it's like an actual book, like an old style letter that you used to get, which I think is really clever. And this one is so cool because it's a like a newspaper kind of vibe. I'm still yet to get to these. I apologise greatly. I was hoping to get to them last month and just things didn't work out for me. So I do need to get to these. Maybe I will do a vlog of like reading arcs that I need to read, because obviously I need to read The Warrior next month. I was so close to saying next year then, that's wrong. Next month. And I've got some other exciting arcs that are coming that just aren't here yet. So... maybe we'll look into that. Right, we've slightly altered some lighting. I'm working with natural light, which is a pain, and I do not enjoy doing it, but it is what it is. When we move, I will have my light set back up again. I will be able to actually, like, film these how I want them to be. Obviously, vlogs, I like them being, like, different and, like, a little bit more cash, but this half a shadow thing... not a fan of. Anyways, the next book is Brotherhood by Mike Chen. I had an Instagram stop for this. I was very kindly sent it by Del Rey. I posted on like the 22nd, 23rd of May, I think. If you don't follow my Instagram, that's always linked down below. Self-promo again. If you want to follow it, follow it. I'm not very consistent, gotta be honest. But it's there if you want to see, and hopefully I'll get to do some more of these tour blog stop things. So we'll see in the future. I think I've got a couple. I've applied for one and I've got one. There might be a few coming, which would be pretty cool. But I actually really enjoyed this. I gave this 4 stars. So this is set in the Clone Wars. This I can actually tell you a bit about because I've read it. This is set during the Clone Wars. We have Anakin and we have got Obi-Wan, and it is the point of which Anakin becomes a Jedi Knight, and they have to like kind of re-establish their relationship now that they are equals rather than Master and Padawan. And I really enjoyed reading this. This was so good. I love reading Star Wars. I love being able to like enjoy things that I grew up enjoying with my dad. I think it's so good. I really enjoyed the way Mike wrote this. So good. So good. Really recommend it if you want to give Star Wars a try. And we are on to the final 3. So the next one is again another one I won. This is The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I'm so excited to read this book. I now have 3 copies of this book, which you will see the further we get into this haul. One I bought myself, and one is from a subscription box, and obviously I won this one. This is the ARC. This is so cool. This came with stickers and bookmarks, and again I opened this, and you can find it in a past vlog, which is so cool. This is one of my most anticipated reads this year. One day I wish to be on the list of... who is this? This is Orbit. This is an Orbit publisher. One day I want to be on the list. I'm manifesting. I'm not really sure if I'm doing this correctly, but anyways, just bear with me. One day I want to be on the list for stuff like this to get the arcs. Like, that'd be so cool. This is so floppy as well. I think it's so cool. So this is like a... it reminds me... well, I haven't read it, so I'm not too sure. But the premise of it reminds me of like City of Brass, that like Middle Eastern setting, really strong female character, that kind of thing. Really looking forward to it. Cannot wait to get to it. I wanted to read it this month. I still have some days. Will I get to it this month? I don't know. But I'm going to try, and we'll see what happens with that. Then we have this, which is the Book of Gothel. And I'm just talking about Orbit. This is from Orbit. This is an ARC. I applied for an ARC and got it. the lovely lady who was handing this out, Nazia, well, not handing them out, but you know what I mean, who is like in charge of this book, posted on Twitter about having some spaces and to like comment. So like I commented and she said, yeah, just fill out this form. So I filled out the form and I got the book, and this is so cool. I will be reading this also at the start of July. Actually, I was meant to be reading this in June. Do not have the time for it, but it comes out late July, so I want to read it at the start of July, and then I'll have my review up when it comes out, and I'm really excited. This is a retelling. This is like a villain backstory, which I'm really into at the minute. I love seeing like how villains become villains and like the grey parts and morally grey characters and all that fun stuff. Love it. So this is how basically Mother Gothel becomes Mother Gothel, and it sounds so good. Cannot wait. Going to get to this early July. Maybe even at the end of June. We'll see. I just have to cross off a few more things physically and then we can move on to this. And then I think this is the final book that I've been sent, gifted and or won. And that is this. This is The Darkest Dusk by D.W. Ross. I've interviewed him. He's a lovely human. I absolutely adore him. This is a 4 stars. I've read it. I can't tell you a lot about it because obviously sequel. This is the middle book in his trilogy and the 3rd book is coming out in July, I think we discussed. And I have got the arc of the 3rd book coming and I'm so excited. Like, I don't think anyone understands how excited I am because the way this book finishes, everyone's left in like a really precarious position. We don't know who's going to make it. We don't know where anyone is. I need the 3rd book. I literally, when I finished this book, I messaged him and was like asking him all these questions, like what happens with such and how does this happen and how are they tied in? And oh my god, these people know each other. And he was like, the 3rd book will answer all your questions. And he has also promised that if my questions aren't answered in the 3rd book, that he will actually answer them for me. So I cannot wait for the 3rd book. And I cannot wait to tell you guys what I think of the 3rd book. Then I can tell you all about this trilogy and I can just promote it. And it'd be so cool because he's written a trilogy. Like, that's so cool. And anyone who writes anything, be it one book, a duology, a trilogy, whatever, is fantastic. And I cannot wait to read the 3rd book in this series. And then to to wait for his next series, which he's already got an idea for, and I'm very excited about that too. Can't wait. Right, let's move on to books I've got from subscription boxes. Like I said, I will not be telling you what month I got them. I do not know. I will, though, link the playlist for all of the book box battles for this year up here. Whatever side it is. I think it's this side. I'm usually wrong, but I usually say this side, so it's got to be this side. Anyways, it'll be up here, linked. If you want to see, like, in-depth, where I, like, show you everything, sneak peek, where I show you everything, edges, under the dust jacket, signatures, what's in the boxes, check that out, because I won't be showing you everything. I'll show you probably, like, the sprayed edges and the covers, but I'm not taking all the dust jackets off. Like, this video is long enough already, and we haven't even got into the books that I bought myself. So, the first one, Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. I will also probably not tell you where they came from because I'm not sure. Look at these edges. How beautiful. I do know that this is from Fairy Loot because I have ordered the sequel recently. Or I am going to order the sequel. I don't think I've ordered it yet. It's on my list of reminders. Look at these edges. This I've read, this I gave 4 stars. It was a very low 4 stars to be fair, but that is because within this book there is a love triangle trope and I hate love triangles. Like, what's the point? I do not enjoy them. I do not find them interesting. I find them slightly annoying. But the rest of this, like the retelling element and all that sort of stuff, loved. Not sure how this is going to be a duology. Pretty sure it felt like the first book just wrapped everything up. But we'll see. Looking forward to that. Then we have A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I know nothing about this book. I knew nothing about this book. This book has received no hype as far as I'm aware. So I'm intrigued. I'm hoping I'll like it. The end papers and stuff are very pretty. I don't know. It's also got a love story. I've noticed that recently a lot of our subscription box books are love stories. Not sure about that. Anyways, there's this one. Then we have The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. This is a standalone, so I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. Look at these edges as well. I'm really looking forward to giving this a go because I want to find some more standalones, because series are slowly killing me, really. Just purely for the fact that obviously you gotta wait for the rest of the series to come out. I'm very lucky, I've got quite a few finished series, like even in this. So like The Rune of Kings, for example, is a series that I really want to love because I own all 5 books. But this year was the year that the last book came out, and that was the year that I discovered that I wanted to read them. Or got sent the first 3 and then discovered that I wanted to read everything else. So it's completed, so I can literally just rattle through it in like 5 months, which is really, really cool. But then you've got other series that are coming out in Book Box Battles, like the Atlas 6 and a lot of other ones that aren't standalones, and that you go, I need to wait for that book to come out. So standalones, I want to be the new way forward. Also, this is like a really small book, so would love to get to this. This is another retelling, actually. I think I really love that. At the minute we're getting a lot of retellings and learning other cultures, like stories retold. I love retellings anyways, but like the idea of weaving a myth or a fairy tale into a book and, like, I don't know, putting your own spin on it, love a lot. So looking forward to that one. Then we have another book. I'm starting to like really rattle through these because I'm aware that I've already been filming for a very long time. And I have not got very far at all. The next book, I actually have 3 editions to show you, but I'm only going to show you this one first, and that is the Illumicrate edition of Gallant. So I have already read this. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was too YA for me. Was it 2? Was it 3? It might have been 3. I'm not too sure. 2 YA for me, really. I enjoyed the premise, but I just kind of wanted it to be more and darker and stuff. I know that a lot of other people have enjoyed it. If I'd have known it was YA going in, I would have enjoyed it more, but because I was expecting it a little bit older, I think, like, that was my only issue. But yeah, this edition's really pretty. We've got different edges. Love that. We received another retelling, which is this, which is An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X.R. Pan. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but filled with romance, magic, and Chinese mythology. So that's pretty cool. This is one of those extra books that we get from, usually, Fairy Loot. I don't know which one this was, though. A lot of these, like, little extra books that we get are 100% always going to be romance. For some reason, I get it. People like romance. I need to read it to actually know whether I'm going to like it or not. I need to stop assuming I'm not. I'm interested. Again, a retelling. Bit of mythology in there. Looking forward to that element. If anything has changed, my camera stopped recording because I've been recording for 30 minutes and it just cut me off. Then we have City of Dusk by Tara Sim. This I am so excited for. Like, I know a bit about it, not a lot about it, but it sounded so good, and someone has read it and commented on one of my videos saying that they're struggling with it, and I am crushed because I want this to be so good, and I'm not sure if it's going to be now, but I'm still gonna give it a go. I just really want to love it. It's meant to be good. It's got gods in it. Oh, hopefully I'll still love it. We'll have to see. Then we have got this, which is Blood Scion by Deborah Fellain. Again, I hope I'm saying that right. This has got so many trigger warnings in the front, but I'm glad it's got trigger warnings in the front, because if it didn't, I wouldn't be expecting it, and I'd rather know than not know. But basically this is like about child soldiers and the war on children, and it tackles themes of war, violence and sexual assault. So now I know about it, I should be fine. But if I didn't know about it, I'd be shocked. Does that make sense? Does anyone else read like that? Like, if you know something is coming and it's going to be in the book, it's not as, like, triggering, I guess, as it is if you didn't know. But I don't really count it as a trigger for myself because I don't know. Like, it's not triggering for me. Upsetting. I find it less upsetting if I know it's going to be in there somewhere because I'm expecting it. There was a part in The Firekeeper's Daughter with sexual assault that I just was unaware of, and that was probably my fault. It's probably talked about somewhere, but I was completely unaware of. Really threw me. Was not okay. Like, no, it was done really well, but I was not okay. So yeah, looking forward to giving that a go. carefully. Then we have my first edition of the Atlas 6 that I've got to show you. Illumicrate? No. Fairy Loot. Fairy Loot is this one. Not as impressed as the other editions, gotta be honest. So we'll see what I like. And either I categorically cannot be buying the sequels for 3 different editions. I just cannot do it. I can't. So I need to pick which one I like, whether it's this one, Waterstones, or Illumicrate. I have an idea of which one it's going to be, and then possibly sell the others, because why? I'm pretty sure I've already pre-ordered the Waterstones one of Atlas Paradox. I have a problem. I know I have a problem. First edition, you'll see the other 2 soon. And then we have got this one, which I'm unsure of. Gives me very much Book of the Month vibes with just the colouring of it. But this is Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee. Don't know if I'm going to like it. It is way more contemporary. There is no magic in it. But it is still a heist story. So maybe I will enjoy it, because I love a good heist. I love a good magic school. You know, trials, love that. Maybe I'll like it in the normal world. We'll have to see. Again, this is like just all the duplicates. 2 editions of Book of Night. I have a 3rd one to show you somewhere. Do I have a 3rd one? No. No? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because we've got Illumicrate, we've got Fairy Loot, and then we've got Waterstones. Book of Night, Holly Black. Sounds really good. I read the first bit of this edition, the first chapter or so. It's actually quite good. Very interested to see where it goes. It is a lot darker, and I like that it's not all fae, or that it's got any fae, actually. So looking forward to seeing how I feel about this book. Then we have the 2nd edition of The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I'll show you the 3rd edition shortly. This is a beautiful, I think this was Fairy Loot. Was this Fairy Loot? Yeah, this was Fairy Loot. It's very purple. It's very nice. Quite like the colourway. I'm going to need to pick who... I don't, actually, to be fair. This is 2. 3 is excessive. 2 is normal, right? When you're a collector, you can collect 2 types of the same series. Depends how much I love it, if I'm honest. So we'll see on that. But I love the purple. The purple's really nice. And then, finally, for subscription boxes... Only a Monster by Vanessa Lynn. I've also started this. I was meant to buddy read this with Kate. Kate, I'm sorry, I've got to page 100. This is definitely YA. This is not too sure yet. I'm reading it for the ending because Kate has told me the ending is really good. And I'm going to trust her on that. I just have to get to the ending. So our main character is like a monster, but she's never really understood that or never really been told that. And the guy that she has a crush on is a monster hunter, and then there becomes another love triangle somewhere in this, which I'm not looking forward to, but hopefully otherwise I will enjoy it. So yeah, there you go. There are all of the subscription boxes books from, I don't even know when my last haul was, probably like February onwards. Again, I'm going to say it now, I'm really sorry I'm not telling you much about these books, only ones that like I've read, or like the odd snippets, but this video is going to be like so long without me saying much. So I'm just trying to not make it like a feature-length film, because that won't be good for you, it's not good for me to edit it, it's just not good. Right, okay, so moving on to the books that I've now bought myself. I'm going to show you these first. These are the other 2 books in the Ruin of Kings, A Chorus of Dragons series. So we've got The House of Always and the Discord of Gods. So, book 4, book 5. Looking forward to it. Like, the covers are incredible, and they're going to look so good on my shelf with these, like, these spines. Looking forward to it. Love it. Look very, very pretty. Then we have a duology, a completed duology, which I have treated myself to. The Unspoken Name and The Thousand Eyes. This finished this year. This book came out this year. Broken Binding did some with very stunning edges. I don't know if I like them that much, and I already had this one, and I'd pre-ordered this one from Waterstones, so I was like, I'm just going to stick with these. I may regret it if I love this series. I mean, Jen Lyons has actually got her name on the back of this one, which is very cool. Nesse Chakraborty and Alexi Harrow. That's pretty cool. Pretty big names, actually. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to giving this a go. It was recommended by Anthony, I think, and it's his fault if I don't like it, because I bought them on his recommendation. He said they were good, so that's why I've bought them. So there's those. I'm just pulling books off at random here. Then we have The Fall of Coli. Now, I don't remember buying this, but I can't find a note, so maybe I did. But if I didn't and someone bought this for me, thank you. My memory is just currently like a sieve, and I don't know. This is the third and final book in the Book of Coli series, which is a dystopian. Pretty sure the world can kill you, and I kind of need to get to grips with how the book is written, because it's written in a bit of a... It's written in the way that our main character would talk, and our main character doesn't really talk in great English. Let's just say that. I just need to get used to the writing style, because it's not the writing style of which I'm used to. That is what I was trying to say, but I just padded it out. So yeah, got that. That is good. I'm looking forward to cracking on with that. Me and my mate Meg did go to Astley Book Farm, which I saw Benny, again mentioning Benny, has gone to before and really enjoyed. I went, there wasn't as much stuff there that I was interested in this time, but it's the sort of place that like the books change. But I did still pick up 2 books. So I got The Girl with All the Gifts, which I've been looking at for years, and I keep trying to like get into it. There's a movie made of this. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it, but it was only like, what, £2, if that? It was £2.95. I was like, yeah, why not? I'll give that a go. And then I also got this, which is Nocturna, which I remember being a big thing, and I'm pretty sure like a book box did it, but it was also a floppy paperback. You can't see from that way. Hang on. It's also quite floppy. So I thought, why not? And it's about magic, and it's a fantasy, and I'm pretty sure it's YA. But sometimes you just need to read a YA because they are lighter and they are easier to read, but that doesn't mean that the world is any less well built. So I got those 2, and I'm looking forward to giving them both a go, especially this one. I've been looking at this for years. There's more to this series. There's like The Girl with All the Gifts, The Boy with Something, and then I think there might be a third one as well. Interested. And I'm pretty sure she's a zombie. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Another set of duplicates. This is the Waterstones edition, which I bought myself, which is signed. This is the arc that Benny, again Benny, he features a lot apparently in this haul, was sent. So he never read it, and because I'm a bit of a Gallant fan now, really liking it, I paid the postage to have this sent to me so that I can add it to my collection. How cool is it that I have the arc, the Waterstones, and the Illumicrate? Bit excessive, yes, but as a Gallant fan, and well, not necessarily Gallant, I liked Gallant. It was a good book. As a V.E. Schwab fan, having any kind of arc on my shelf is just amazing to me. And then we have the Atlas 6. I told you there was more of them. These edges are so much better. So this is the Waterstones edition, which I already ordered. And this is the Illumicrate edition, which I managed to snag. There was like a massive rush for that. Like I said, I need to pick which one I want to keep going with. I have ordered the matching edition for this from Waterstones, so we'll see how that goes. But it might be a Illumicrate, because look at those edges. They're very, very pretty. But I need to see if I like the book first. At least with Waterstones, I can return the sequel if I didn't enjoy it. So, prior planning. I then have The Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. This was a broken binding purchase because it is signed, which is very cool, because I got the first one, The Shadow of the Gods, through the broken binding as well, and that is also signed. So I'm very glad to have this on my shelf. No, not read it yet, but I plan to soon, and that again is like a common phrase within my vocabulary about these books, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm very excited. I don't know, maybe this will become a suggestion for It's All About Fantasy. We'll see. Maybe we'll wait until it's completed for that. Maybe I'll read it before then. I don't know. We'll see. I then had a bit of... I kind of remember buying this book. I had a bit of a rubbish day, if I'm honest. And so I bought We Break Immortals by Thomas Howard Riley. This is an indie author. This is a brick of a book, but look how floppy it is. Like, it's going to be so good to read. This is book 1 of his Advent Lumina series, which is sounding quite cool. I was on Amazon. No, I wasn't. I was on Twitter. It was late. Benny had said, again, Benny, honestly, it's your fault I'm buying all these books. Him and Anthony. We're just going to blame them. He said that this was down to like $4.99. And I was like, sold. Bought it. and then it arrived the next day. So happy days for me. I then went to Waterstones at some point and did like a bit of damage. First off, I got this little tiny Neil Gaiman book. How cute is this? I saw this and I was like, yeah, I'm buying that. I love these covers with the little like graphics on the front. These are the ones that I collect. So this is how the Marquis got his coat back, which is a short story from Neverwhere. So yeah, that little Neil Gaiman book sparked like a bit of a haul. So then we went and got this, which is The Blood Trials by N.E. Davenport. So Illumicrate did a special edition of this, and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's a hardback, it's got like red sprayed edges, it looks really nice. But I had Waterstones credits and I was like, well, technically I could get the book for free. As much as I love the idea of a hardback, that'd be really cool, and I like the sprayed edges. It was £18 and I was like, well, if I don't enjoy it, a bit of an issue. Whereas because it's free, it's not too bad. This has got blood magic and like technology and rebellion. It's a debut book. Sounds really cool. Looking forward to giving that a go. I also got The Ember Blade by Chris Wooding, which if you are... I don't even know, like, I'm pretty sure this is well known within the fantasy community kind of thing on every book platform going. But this on the front says Lord of the Rings for the modern generation, an epic world full of history, depth and adventure, and that just pulled me in really. I believe this is like kind of, I don't know if this has got any military in it, but it's got like oathboundness and kings and swords and all sorts. So it sounds really good. My description is awful because I just don't know, but it sounds really good. I've heard loads of good things, so I've added that on. It's a chunker, but we'll dive in at some point. And I think that's all I got from Waterstones. But the next book I'm going to show you is one that I've had on my list for ages, and this is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. And I'm pretty sure this is like written by 2 people. Isn't it written by 2 people? I could be really wrong here. I'm not too sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I got myself this. Again, Sci-Fi Kick. The sun is going away, apparently. Yeah, Sci-Fi Kick. Heard a lot of great things about this. There was a special edition of this that went round, which had like pink sprayed edges and looked really, really pretty. Didn't get that, but I can get them all in paperback, so they'll all match. So, love that for me. So I got this. Another Anthony recommendation that I bought is this by Peter Brett, which is The Painted Man, which he told me to read this before I read The Desert Prince, which is Peter's new series, but it's kind of tied into this world, I think. So he said to read this first because otherwise you get spoiled. And I'm going to listen to someone who's read the series because I know nothing. I want to give it a go. It's got demons in it. These descriptions are great, aren't they? So yeah, if you want to check these books out, like give them a little Google, a little search on Goodreads, and see what comes up, because my descriptions are awful. I got this. I pre-ordered this. I was sure for some reason that this came out in 2023, but this is Fevered Star by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is the sequel to Black Sun. Blanked for a minute there, which I loved. It was a 5-star read for me last year. I really, really enjoyed it. Need to get to this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a reread of Black Sun. I think I remember like the main gist and everything that happens, so I'm hoping to just dive straight in, because otherwise that leaves me a book that I need to read in order to get back into the world, and I don't know if I'm going to do that anytime soon. So I just want to jump right back into this, back into the city of Tova with the Crow Gods and all of our really cool characters, and I want to give it a go. So fingers crossed that's soon. Then another recommendation from Benny, his name pops up again, is this We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. He says this series is so underrated, so I of course wanted to give it a go, and that's what I plan to do. So this is We Are the Dead. I believe the trilogy finishes this year, or it's already finished, not too sure, but either way it's almost a finished series. It sounds good, so want to give it a go, want to see if I like it. This was actually my first ever purchase from the Black Dragon bookshop, which is an indie bookshop online. I have got an affiliate link down below if you want to use it, why not. but I love their website. I do want to do more shopping on there. They do some amazing discounts as well, so definitely check them out. I love them as much as I love the broken binding, so have a look at them and see if you can find anything. But yeah, loved this. Can't wait to dive right in. We're slowly getting there. I then have this, which is Eyes of the Void, which is the second book in the series of which I started with Shards of the Earth, which I won. I mentioned it at the start of this video, I'm pretty sure, way back then. So this is book 2. I know nothing. I haven't read book 1 yet. It's sci-fi. There's spaceships on it. I'm guessing there's going to be space shippiness in there. Don't really want to read the blurb either because it'll spoil myself for the first book. So we have this, and I want Sci-Fi July to be a thing again, because when Steph made that, Steph Loves made Sci-Fi July last year, but not as like a full-on readathon, just like a bingo board kind of thing, and you could do it as you wanted. I really enjoyed it, and I read some good sci-fi. I'm pretty sure it's when I read Skyward, so maybe I'll do something like that again this year. That'd be really cool, and if she brings it back, that would be amazing. The next book is actually completing a trilogy, and that is this, The Girl and the Moon by Mark Lawrence. So this is the third and final book in the Book of Ice trilogy. The first book we got in a Lumicrate, and I think it was like the first ever Lumicrate I ever got, and it had sprayed edges and stuff. I got halfway through it and I haven't finished it. So now that I've got the completed series, I could put this forward for my choice for the fantasy. It's all about fantasy read, so you know, there is plenty of scope for that. And then I did buy myself these two, which is The Light of the Jedi by Charles Saul and The Rising Storm by Cavan Scott. So these are the first two books in the Star Wars series that I spoke about last time in a vlog. I was very kindly sent the third book in a series, and when I got told about it, I didn't really look into it too much and just said yes because I was really excited because it was Star Wars and I love Star Wars. And I didn't realise it was the final book in a trilogy, so I bought the first two books so I can now actually read the whole trilogy and it'll actually make sense. So I think that's a good move. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a good move. Then we have the Waterstones exclusive edition of the Stardust Thief with the orange sprayed edges, which I love, and I feel like I don't know, they're like really creamy underneath the dust jacket, so I'm not too sure if I want to read this or if I want to read the paperback, but at the same time I kind of want to read the finished copy, but at the same time I kind of want to read the ARC. I don't know, haven't picked yet. Help me decide down below. I don't know, which one should I read? But yeah, like I said, really looking forward to this book, looking forward to seeing what I think of it, and I just really hope I love it because anticipated so much. I then bought myself the rest of the books that I'm trying to show you from the Throne of Glass series, which I am trying not to drop, but are going everywhere. They're not in the right order, they're now upside down. But I bought myself the remaining 4 books that I needed to finish that series off, because originally I was reading 1 a month and I have started slacking on that, so that's good for me, isn't it? But I've got the final 4 books. I am reading Queen of Shadows now. Not very fast, not very well, but I'm started, and that's the main thing. So yeah, hopefully I'll have finished that series, and now I need to try and find room on my Sarah J Maas shelf to actually fit them, because they don't all fit currently, so that's fun for me. I also treated myself to All of Us Villains, which I've seen a bit about. And this is a trial book and I'm really interested in it. Now, you may have also heard me talk about this book in a vlog because I left it on top of shopping apparently and it got a bit damaged. So I feel bad. But I believe there's a sequel coming out and I think I've pre-ordered it. Not too sure just yet, but it sounds good. So yeah, this is like trial. I think it's like families going against each other and they all know like usually one family wins, and then in some change of events that's not going to happen or something, or someone's got a better chance. That could be completely wrong, but I think that's what I remember about it. So excited about that. That sounds like a good old time. And then I mentioned previously about reading Skyward, and I got this, which is Skyward Flight, which is 3 short stories. Is it 3 or is it 2? It's definitely short stories either way. 3. So it's Sunreach, Red Dawn and Evershore. So these have only previously been published like in ebook format, I think. And I'm just so glad they did like a proper edition, but I wasn't expecting it to be this big, like at all. Sorry for the barking. It's very loud. So I'm looking forward to doing this. I need to read Starsight and Cytonic still, but I think there's a recommendation for when you should read the short stories, like they kind of fit in between the books and then one goes after. I'm not too sure, so I need to look that up before I dive in. But again, looking forward to getting to that. Should be a good old time. We are almost done. After this, there's 2 more books. But I got these. Again, I bought them off Benny, and they're so pretty. These are from Ken Liu. Yeah, so this is The Grace of Kings, The Wall of Storms, and The Veiled Throne. And he wasn't feeling it with the first book, so I said I would like them if you're going to sell them. So I bought them off him. And they're stunning, and I've got the 4th book coming at some point soon, I think. But look how pretty those edges are, and then the 4th one like slots in as well, so that is incredible, and I'm really looking forward to giving these a go. I'm hoping I love them because I love the books are very pretty, and we'll just have to go from there. Okay, final 2. So the first one is another duplicate. This is the Waterstones edition of the Book of Night. I love the edges of this one, it's very pretty, but again, I need to decide which one I want to carry on with if I were to love this series and want to carry it on. And then the final book of this haul, I need to count how many books there are here because this is bonkers, is this. And this is The Maleficent 7 by Cameron Johnston. I interviewed him. This was like my first ever interview. I was late, I was stressed. It was slightly not good, but I had a really good time once I got into it, and it was such a good interview. This book is fantastic. I loved it. It's got so many, all the characters are villains, and like they all have like backstories about how they became villains and that sort of stuff. I love it. I love a morally grey character. I love a villain origin story. This has it all. Check it out if you wish. Yeah, I loved this. This was such a good book. I raced through it, to be fair, at the end. I think it was just so good. So there you go. There is my haul. Let's do a quick count. There's about 66 books here. And I'm pretty sure I said in my last video that that was my biggest ever haul, but I'm pretty sure this is my biggest ever haul now. Which is a little bit bonkers. I'm so grateful if anyone who's watching has sent me something, be it a publisher, be it a lovely human who has gifted me something. I want to say thank you a lot to Benny, because you seem to have sponsored today's video. Joking, but on his recommendations, and I've helped him clear out his books a little bit and put them onto my shelves, as you do, and Anthony for some of your fantastic recommendations. So there you go. There is this haul. This is a long video. Like, I don't even know how long this video is, but I know it's long. So I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports me and my channel. Leave me a comment down below of what book you think I should start next. And if you don't want to leave me a full comment and you just want to leave me an emoji, leave me, you know, the like panicked emojis, or like, that's me looking at all of this that I need to now read. Leave me one of them, because you're probably panicked for me. And if you want to see more of me, see more of my content, I vlog, I do hauls. The next haul will probably be in August. I'm going to try and like cut them down a little bit, and hopefully they're not going to be as big, so they'll be like smaller and easier to digest and easier for me to actually maybe give you some context on books, because at this scale I cannot give you context about any book. There are just too many, the video would be too long. So if you want to see any of that, please consider subscribing down below and ring the notification bell to get notified every single time I upload new videos. I currently upload on a Wednesday and on a Sunday, so be sure to stick around for more bookish content from me. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I'm gonna go stack all these back on my shelves and try and find some room. But I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.